Hey, how you doing? Back with Chop It Up with Coco. I want to go ahead on and say thank y'all for subscribing to my page. Continue to have your friends and family subscribe to my page at the end of this. I want to get into my second part of my high school career at Kenosha Bradford in Kenosha. I left y'all with talking about some of the guys that I dealt with my junior year, how much they meant to me, the things they did for me, and I really appreciate that. So I left y'all with that. Everybody that I talked about in that last segment really touched my heart, man, and really made a difference and molded me who I was to this day. So I really appreciate those kind of friends and family because, like I said, 20, 30 years later, man, you remember those guys, you remember those folks, you remember those people that really held it down for you and made you alive again when you was straight up dead. So with that being said, man, thank y'all so much for that, man. I hope everybody doing well. Shout out to all the guys I talked about in that last segment. That was my junior year, mostly my junior year. Now there's a lot of things that happened all that time, but I won't go into every fine detail about what happened back then. I'm going to keep it moving, just kind of get through it because I don't want to be real long. So what I did, I talked about my transition from Zion Benton over to Kenosha. I talked about the people that opened their arms to me and really welcomed me in and really helped me rebirth myself because at that time I was lost to the world. At that time in my life, I was at the worst. And nothing in my life could have been no worse than that. And I knew I'd be strong because, like I said, the worst had happened to me already. So when I got over that, again, I was talking about having my faith with God because I had none. When God took those folks from me, again, like I said before, he knew what he was doing, but I had to refine myself and find my faith with God, and it worked out the way it was supposed to. You got to always have God in your life, man. So I want to go and get right into it. I was talking about those guys from that football team when I was a junior. Maurice and Joe and Timmy Ray and all those guys, those guys was the real deal, man. And like I said, man, we have so much talent in Kenosha. They were the real deal. I'm going to go ahead on and fast forward and get to my senior year. I had a lot of colleges looking at me for football. My junior year, went over 1,000 yards. Was one of the first 1,000-yard rushers in a long time. I think my brother got close but never got there. I know, I think the guy that had the previous record was, I want to say Cotton or something like that. Don't quote me, but I could be wrong. But I think it was Cotton, and then my brother, and then I went ahead and grabbed his. So with that being said, I want to fast forward to my senior year. But again, thank all y'all boys, man, that caught me when I needed y'all the most, man. I was really struggling in life, you know what I'm saying? And y'all really held me down. I really appreciate that. I want to go ahead and get to my senior year. My junior year, I had a lot of success. I remember the first few games of my junior year, I wasn't the starting running back. I really appreciate, even though everybody had so much love for my brother Mike, he was a celebrity in Kenosha and Kenosha Bradford. They never gave me nothing. Everything that I've gotten was earned. Nothing was given to me. The first few games at Bradford, when I was a junior, I wasn't a starting running back. Joe Jackson was. He was the real deal. I had to wait my turn like anybody else, and that's just me. If I would have stayed in Zion back in the day, I probably wouldn't have got on the field until I was probably a senior, man, just because those backs, Eddie McKinney, those guys, they were so good, I probably would only had that 1 year to do my thing. With that being said, when I got to Kenosha, man, I remember, people had heard that I had a little bit of talent and things like that and would make comments about, man, little brother a little bit better than Mike and things like that. People couldn't wait to see. I remember playing in the first few games my junior year. Racine Case, one of the first games I played in, all the coaches, they would put me back at punt return. And because, it was Joe's spot. Joe and Maurice, they was the running backs, and they did their thing. And so I had to just wait in line like everybody else until my time, until I got my shot to do what I needed to do. And I remember every time they would kick the ball, kick off or punt, all the coaches would be like, get away from it. And if you know me, I don't believe in no fair catching, man. I don't do none of that. I was a daredevil. I ain't really had no fear when it come to football or anything in general. Man, they kicked that ball, man, I'm taking it to the house. And the first couple times I touched the ball, Racine Case took it to the house. So with that being said, it was a spark, and people saw that I had that talent. I didn't complain that I never said I should have been the running back. If I felt I was maybe a little better than some, I just never complained. I just waited for my time. So shout out to Rotors, man, and all those guys, man. They let me earn everything that I got. When I did get on the field, the rest is history. So I'm going to go ahead on and fast forward to the senior year, man. I need to talk about somebody that meant a lot to me. Maurice was the one when I first got there. That's the family I stayed with, the people that welcomed me in, the people that looked out for me. But there's a family that would really hold in my heart, just like Maurice Hicks, Dre, Superman, and Shinobi. there was a guy who held me down, man. Daddy amazing, brother amazing, whole family amazing. I want to give a major shout out to a guy by the name of Todd Stoner. Stoner the Boner. Todd Stoner was special, man. Todd Stoner was another family. His dad, his mom, his brother Travis, and Todd, they welcomed me into their home. Let me run y'all down like how it was for me junior and senior year, mainly senior year. I'm a grown man now, so I can talk about this. When you're nowadays, a lot of kids got it really good. A lot of the times, man, when kids get out of school or get out of football practice or get out of basketball practice or get out of track practice, you know, they're worried about what they gonna eat for dinner or who they gonna talk to on YouTube or Facebook, etc. Man, I was at a point in my life, man, where I had these amazing people in my life that really was there for me, man. So me, instead of be worried about what I'm gonna eat that night or what I'm gonna do, I was worried about where I was gonna stay. So those folks that know what I'm talking about, man, I really appreciate y'all love. I really appreciate y'all letting me stay with y'all. You know, I stayed with different people at different times, different nights. I stayed with Maurice and his folks from time to time. I stayed with Stoner. Todd Stoner, dad was a dog. He was an amazing man to me, one of the hardest working men I ever saw. I really want to thank you, Mrs. Stoner, for taking me in, your wife, into your home when I needed a place to stay. Todd, my dog, man, I really appreciate you being there for me, man. Todd was the fastest white boy I ever seen in my life. Anybody say I'm blind, go check the record books, man, they don't lie. So I want to shout you out, Todd, man. I want to say, man, I really appreciate what you did for me. You know, at that time, it was rough for me, and you know, y'all saw the struggle, and y'all saw that I just was going to, you know, come to school sometimes with the same clothes and just different things, and I really appreciate your dad recognized that struggle. And he asked me to come stay with y'all, man. And like I said, we had structure. I remember you had the little Doberman pigeon named Dobie. So I really appreciate, from the bottom of my heart, man, Mr. Stoner, Miss Stoner, man. I hope y'all still good. Todd, my dog, I really appreciate you, man. I got a couple of stories to tell you about Todd. But Todd was my dog, man. Todd was that little brother I never really had. The color didn't mean nothing. He was a white boy, but he was fast. And Todd, you pushed me, man. You pushed me so bad because I didn't want you to beat me. Now, let alone that you was younger, but because you was white too. Not gonna lie. But Todd, you pushed me, man. You made me really good. So after having so much success, my junior year with that 7-2 team, which I think was the best team that I played on that never got no recognition. My senior year was a different story. We ended up getting a new coach. I don't want to say no names. I don't want to try to, you know, say nothing negative about it, but it was some BS, period. I'm just going to say it like it is because that's all I know. We ran a triple I offense. And we had a crusher. We had George. George was smacking everybody. George was one of the best linebackers, fullbacks I ever saw, but we ran a triple I, man. And y'all know to this day, probably the silliest offense I've ever been a part of. It was a fullback, and then me at tailback, and then Ty was in the triple I. It was silly, but we still had fun, man. I wasn't really worried about, you know, where I was going to go because I had made such a dent my junior year as far as rushing and my name and things like that. I was really just having fun. You know, I was finally playing with guys my age, and I was just having fun, man. I didn't care about my stats. I didn't care about none of that stuff because I had put up them numbers when I was a junior. But my senior year, you know, of course you want to do better. Of course you want to be featured more. Of course you want the ball. And if you're not a real, true competitor, if you're not somebody like Beckham or T.O. or one of them guys, I want the ball every play. I may not say that like they say, but I want that ball every single play. You know, I work hard to be faster and stronger and made all that right stuff. So if you're a true competitor, I understand these guys when they say, give me the ball. I ain't going to say it because that's just not the way I'm made. I always shut my mouth and chill out. But if you're a true competitor, man, and you really think you got it like that, you want that ball all the time, especially when it's on the line, man. And that was the kind of guy that I was. So with that being said, man, my senior year was fun. I just had fun. Didn't even get close to rushing to the yards that I had my junior year. But I enjoyed it, man. Like I said, Todd Stoner, my dog, I really appreciate you. George, playing fullback and linebacker, man, he grew into his own because George wasn't a real deal at first, but, man, he came on and he was lighting up everything, man. I want to send a shout out to, man. There was a guy that I spent a lot of time with as well, man. He was a part of my life too, man. So there's a lot of people that did a lot for me, but I want to send another shout out to Charles Butler, man. Charles Butler was my quarterback my senior year. Me and him kicked it real tough. Man, I kicked it with Ty, lived with them, did things. But I did move around from time to time. I spent most of my time my senior year living at the Stoner Stoner's place. But I did hang out with Butler, man. Butler was my dog, man. He was a little crazy, man. Butler was cool in the fan. He wasn't playing it either, man. We had fun, man. We did a lot of stuff I can't say on the tube, but he was cool in the fan, man. I had a blast with you, Charles, man. We hung out, man. I really appreciate your love. Like I said, man, being a 16-year-old boy, man, with the things that had happened to me, man, all I needed was love. You know, and I appreciate y'all doing that for me, man, from the bottom of my heart. We all grown men right now, man, but I want to send this after all these years, let y'all know, man, y'all got me through when I was a mess. And that mean a lot to me, man. You know what I'm saying? So Charles Butler, man, shout out to you, dog. You cool in the fan, man. We had a blast, man. You was a great quarterback, man. You did everything the right way. But you know, I ain't lying when I said we had that stupid offense. But it is what it is. I want to talk a little bit about Todd again. I want to talk about Todd real quick. I don't want to get off course, but I want to talk about Todd and the track team. There was a special little group of guys my senior year in track. I know there's a football segment, but I got to throw this in because it's important to me real quick, and it's really important to me. My senior year in track and field, man, we had a little team that was a real deal. We shocked a lot of people. We ran some times people couldn't believe. I want to give a major shout out, man, to Rick Perona, man. Rick Perona was my man. He was my track coach. Coach Oz was the head coach. Coach Oz, I appreciate you, man. You did a whole lot for me, and I know you did a lot for my brother too when he ran track for you and did things for you, man. I don't forget what people tell me. Coach Oz Loxton, I hope you're alive, man. Shout out to you. But I want to give a double, major, triple shout out to Rick Perona. Rick Perona was the one. My senior year in high school, man, I could have been held back, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to graduate with my class. And true story, man, I ain't gonna lie, make it good. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Mr. Manju was the principal at the time. I really appreciate him helping me out. My senior year, man, I had a class on my lunch break. He helped me out. I had to go school. Then I had a class at lunch, and then I had a class after school to graduate with my class. So I did all of that, man, still. So when some of y'all complain, young ones nowadays complain about school and things like that, man, my mind was so strong I didn't care about that. I wanted to graduate. So I went to school all day. I didn't have no lunch. I had a class. And then I went to school for the rest of it. Then I had after school class. And then I went to football practice. Then I went to track practice. Then I went to basketball practice because I played all three. But with that being said, it really made me a strong young man because I felt like if I can do it, anybody can do it. So shout out Manji for letting me take little lunch breaks because I ain't have no lunch. Shout out to him for, the after school class and things like that. But I got to talk about the little track team. Rick Perona, man, I appreciate you making us bad, man. I remember we had 4 of us. We had the 4x1. We ran a time of, and it's in the books, we ran a 42.6. Now let me tell you the team it was made up of. You would never believe it, but it was so funny, man. It was one of my favorite things in the world about track and field. In Wisconsin, we wasn't as fast and wasn't as dominant as Illinois. Illinois is a little more potent, and just keeping it real. We got to tell it like it is. Illinois, their times were faster. In Wisconsin, we was a little slower, just keeping it 100. But we ran that 42.6, man. We ran it a few times. It wasn't a fluke. We ran it a few times. We was the fastest team in the state of Wisconsin at that time. Todd was so damn fast, man. God dang it. He pushed me, man. I wasn't letting him beat me. And there was times he did, but I'd be so pissed if he beat me, but I wouldn't show it, but I wasn't going to let him beat me. We ran a 42.6 a few times. We ran 42.8, 42.7, etc. But we made up of a team. I was the only black boy on the team. And I was a senior. I ran anchor. First leg was Kerry. I remember Kerry Poltrick. Second leg was Todd Stoner, and third was Mike Dubinick, and then I ran fourth. But I remember y'all, man, it was me and the 3 white boys, and we was cold, and nobody can believe it, man. My favorite thing is going to Milwaukee, all these big track meets, and just eating everybody heads up. Like I said, in Illinois, 42.6 ain't fast, but in Wisconsin, when it's one Negro and all white boys, oh man, we gave it to them like it was. We beat the brakes off everybody in that 4x1, man. So it's one of the fastest times that was ran still to this day, I believe. But I remember getting to the state meet, man, and like I said, man, Kerry, things happen. Anybody that know track and field, things happen, man. You know what I mean? I was a senior, and I promise you, man, I promise to God, I was not mad at you, Kerry. I was not mad at you, Mike. I was not mad at you, Todd. I was just so happy because we was in love. I was in love with y'all, man, and we had fun. You know what I mean? Just because we won state champs, we ran the fastest time, and we won we dropped the baton one time the whole year. Ain't that right, Coach Perona? one time we dropped the baton. It was at the state meet in the prelims. And it was only because Kerry was running so fast. That boy ran up Todd back so bad. You know what I mean? But Todd just wanted to get it so quick because Todd was probably the top 3 fastest boy in the state. And like I said, that second leg, I ran anchor. And seeing Todd and them run, oh my God, it gave me goosebumps. And we was always ahead. We was never behind. I never had to go catch nobody. Them 3 boys was so fast. It was just me taking it home and showing out. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never forget it, man. The state track meet, man. Kerry, Todd, Mike, love y'all to death, man. Fastest little squad I ran with, man. 42.6. Y'all molded me, man. And so we dropped the baton at the state meet. And I never forget it. Again, y'all might have thought I was mad and crushed. I wasn't. I'm good, man. You know, I ended up being a state champion. At the end of the day, that was one of the things that Wayne Patton pushed me to. Because I started looking in his face and I see how it was to be a state champ. So with that being said, shout out to them boys, man. I know I'm talking about football, but I had to shout you boys out because I love y'all to death. And there's a lot of other guys too. But that right there, that relay team, man, I'm going to always remember that. Next person I want to talk about real quick about that had a lot to do with my life, man. A lot to do with my life, man. Tyrone Brown. Yes, sir, my dog. Tyrone Brown, man. That was another family, man. Like I said, there was a few families that I ended up staying with from time to time. But Tyrone Brown, man, my dog, to this day, man, I love you to death, man. Your family was amazing to me, man. Shout out to your brother, Moke. Shout out to your sister, Cherie, man. Shout out to your mom, man. One of the strongest women I've ever seen in my life. Walinda Brown, your dad, you know, Mr. Brown. Another family that, you know, I was able to spend some nights with them, you know, months at a time and things like that. I moved around, man, and I just got in where I could fit in. And again, I appreciate all y'all loving me, man. I appreciate y'all giving me a place to stay, man. And like I said, they never went forgotten, man. And I know I thanked y'all, but I want to thank y'all and to the world. You know what I'm saying? But Tyrone Brown, man, you was my dog too, man. I love you to death, Tyrone. I remember one time, true story. Tyrone had them big old Ninja Turtle calves. He had them big old calves, man, but you wasn't fast in no way, shape, or form. You had them big old calves, them big old legs. Great football player, but you wasn't fast, boy. Only black cat that wasn't fast. Just a joke, Tyrone. But I remember one time, man, we was driving one time, and he got mad about something. That boy stole on me, man, right in the face. Man, we got that car we got into. I know you remember that, Tyrone, when you stole on me for no reason. I was driving. You ain't like what I had said. I had told you the truth because I'm always telling you the truth. And I remember you, bam. Oh, man, I put that car in park and we got out there, and you know how the results went. But with that being said, man, much love to you, Tyrone, man. You was another guy that ran around with us when we was little. You've always been one of the boys from around the way, man. So I really appreciate you being there for me, man. From the bottom of my heart, man, I thank your family, and I thank everybody that really had a lot to do with helping me survive in Kenosha, man. When I got there, man, it was nothing but love, man, and I'll never forget that, man. That's why I give so much love with a lot of little kids and a lot of things that I've done in my life, because it was given to me, and I know what it's like. So I want to shout out, man, all y'all. That was a major part of my life in Kenosha. So the whole thing with me moving to Kenosha, Bradford, man, I had a lot of great times, a lot of good people, man. So I want to say some names. Just because there was a lot of people who had a lot to do with that. So like I said, if I don't get your name, man, it's not that you didn't impact me. It's not that you wasn't there for me. It's just that during that time, man, these people just stood up the most, and there were a lot of people. But I want to thank a lot of them that way. So the main ones, man, that really stood out to me in my life, definitely Maurice, his brother Dre, Superman. Shout out to you, Superman. His mama Shinobi. Much love, Shinobi. The Stoner family, man. The Brown family. Rosie, you know what I mean? You was one of the girls that ran with us. Tamara Coleman. There was a lot of y'all, man, that was there for me, man. I, went to high school with, man, and I'm so glad that y'all doing good to this day. But Kenosha Bradford was so live to me, man. Like I said, it was the best family that I had outside of my family. So I really appreciate the streets, the school, everybody that helped me out, man. That was really a part of me helping me survive. You know what I mean? Because that's all I was doing. I was surviving, man. You know what I mean? And I had to do what I had to do to get where I had to have gotten. But I wouldn't have made it, man, if y'all wasn't there for me. So I want to let y'all know, man, that I love y'all to death. All the people that shared a part of my life. This is really personal to me, and it feels good to share it to the world how great y'all was to me and what I became. So thank you so much to all the people that was there for me, man, when I got to Kenosha. All of them, from the hood to the school to the track to the everything in the world, man. Like I said, man, I gotta shout y'all out, man, and let y'all know I really appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all doing well. When I get done with all of this, I would really, really love to Skype and bring some of y'all on my YouTube page, man, and let's put us up and let's debate the best running backs, the best everything in the world. And plus I want the world to hear y'all side of the story of me or just my family and people in general, and let's just keep it going. So, like I said, I hope all these people that I talked about, some I know alive and some I'm not sure of. I think this is the perfect time in the world. We got a lot of downtime with our families. To come on here and shout me out, subscribe to my page, and let's talk. Let's bring up all the good things, because what I'm doing right now, I'm celebrating y'all, man. I want the world to know who y'all was, man. There's so much stuff that I can go on forever talking about a lot of y'all, but I want y'all to talk about it. I like to ask y'all questions, but man, I like to celebrate y'all, man, because y'all really made an impact in my life. So from the bottom of my heart again, man, shout out to all them people that made a difference. I was flat, I was dead, man, and I really appreciate y'all, man, just coming on and showing me love and support. And to this day, man, I'm never going to forget y'all. So that's why I'm talking about y'all now. And this came straight off just memory. It wasn't no, talking with nobody. It's just really what happened in my eyes. So if I missed some things and it was a little different, man, come on, man, straighten me out. You know what I mean? But with that being said, much love to all the Keno niggas, all the guys that I ran the streets with, all the coaches and all the principals and all the people that supported me. And I really appreciate y'all supporting my brother, man. You know what I mean? He was special to a lot of y'all, and when I get calls and text messages about him, man, it really makes my hair on my neck stand up, and it really makes me smile, man. So from the bottom of my heart, y'all, for the ones that knew my brother Mike Blaylock, man, thank y'all so much for being part of my life. Thank y'all for being there for me, man, because like I said, all my success, man, I ended up playing for a very long time, and I'm telling you right now, y'all molded me out, man. Y'all really made a difference. Y'all helped me be strong, man, because I was at my weakest. And like I said, I just didn't believe in life, not on no kill yourself type stuff, but I mean, like, I was just done, you know what I mean? I ain't know where I was going. I ain't know what I wanted to do. I ain't have no faith in none of that. But for y'all to do that for me, man, I'm gonna always be thankful, man. And like I said, man, I hope that we can talk and get back cool. So with that being said, I want to leave it at that. I'm going to come back and get a lot of guys and Skype them and talk to them about some of them situations I told you about, because there's a lot of stories. In Kenosha, we had the most stories in the world. There was no more the guys I grew up with and ran the streets with was the silliest dudes in the world, man. That's one thing we did. We had fun, man. We had fun. So shout out to all the Keno, man. Kenosha, Bradford, all y'all boys I grew up with around the way in the hood, man. I really appreciate that love, man, and I hope y'all all doing well. Get at me though, man. So friends and family, please go subscribe to my page, man, and let's keep on adding. Let's get on here and get Skyped out, and let's talk about some of them stories. Take care of yourself. God bless y'all.